Hello. So we're going to talk about specific gravity and apparent weight. Okay. So in Chinese, this is called 比重. So it's just a unitless, right? It's a unitless quantity, right? And that's equal to the ZO of this material. And you compare it to a reference, and the reference that we usually choose, in this case, water. Right? So that's all, right? So if you figure out what's the density of the material and you compare to the density of the water, right? So for example, right, if this ZO of a material, it's equal to 500, right? Then this specific gravity will be equal to 1/2, right? Because the water's density is 1000. Okay, the other concept I want to talk about is apparent weight. Sometimes apparent mass is also talked about. So apparent weight is just the weight, okay? So the actual weight, so the actual weight means the weight in the air, right? The weights in the air. So you put your material, your mass on the scale and then you weight it. That's your actual weight, right? And you subtract the weights, right? When it's submerged in the water, right? In the water. Okay? Or in the fluid, right? Depends on what case you talk about. So that would be your apparent weight in a fluid, right? Okay? So for example, right? If your weight it's equal to say 10 kilogram, right, in the air, right? Then your weight in this fluid, right? So you put this material and let's say sink inside, right? And now if you go and weigh this, right? So weigh this, meaning you can pull a scale or something, right? So if you can put a scale there, right? Put a scale underneath this, right? So what we do is you can say, if I, put this on a scale, right? On a scale right there, and see how much it weighs, okay? Like that. So this is a scale, right? So this weight in the fluid, right, will be equal to the weights, right, in the fluid. It's equal to the weights, right, the actual weight, and then subtract, right, the buoyancy, right? That would be, right? So inside here, you have, right, you have this here, right? So you have the weights here, and then you have the buoyancy, right? In this case, you also have a normal force, and that normal force is your apparent weight. Right? So you also have a normal force here. Make this one a little longer, right? So this, in this case, it's apparent weight, it's your normal force. Right? So if you put a scale underneath this material and then you look at the scale, will be the same as what's the amount of normal force that would have. Okay? All right, that's all we have. Bye-bye.